Here's a new song from After the Burial called Nothing Gold. I don't recall ever listening to After the Burial before. It doesn't mean I haven't, but I don't remember anything by them, so that's not a great sign. But Kira sent me this, and he seems excited about it, my friend who likes very heavy metal. So I'm expecting heaviness, but we'll see. And go. Epic string instrument to intro. But it's like programmed. And guitar. Oh! Whoa, those snare ghosts. Nice! Before the main hit. Fuck. A very slow lead guitar look in there. Over the madness. 3 notes. Jesus Christ. So staccato. Ooh, that's nice. That lead bit. Reminds me of The Ghost Inside. My limited listening to that band. It's a solid drummer. The hits on that snare really pop. Tempo change? Fucking chugging away. Oh my god, it's fucking got groove too. Yes! Well, it's filthy. Tight. Glorious. The drum work on this is great. The bass tone of those notes is wonderful. Ooh, a very busy orchestration for the drummer. Those bends on the strings. God damn. Delay on the vocals, kind of cool. Zero clean vocals in this, right? Yeah, syncopation for days. That's what makes that work. He like magically lost his hat in the cut of that video edit. Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, as expected, it was heavy. The drums in that were particularly fucking delicious for me. I thought that was fantastic. Those ghost notes on that snare before the main hit, that's so hard to do, because to do many notes in a row, you can't have much of a backswing, right? Because they're quite quick between each other. But then you want enough of a backswing on the final one to hit the snare hard. That's really difficult. That takes a lot of control. But the payoff is massive. I thought it was great. Really busy on the orchestration, moving that stuff around the kit, all of those tom-toms in play, but then also some decorative like bell hits as well. It was a wonderful array of sounds from the drummer. Really solid. Got so much attack and punch on all the hits, the snare especially, like on the main schmack of those was just, it really cut through nicely. Fantastic drumming. The guitars had great variety in there. There was, like at the very beginning, there's a very busy riff going on. It's got some groove and interest, it's great. But there's a lead guitar over the top of that, over the busy lead. So it's like an additional lead, which is just ringing out like 3 notes per, well, 2 to 4 bars, however long they were doing it. So that was kind of nice. It managed somehow to have the technical busyness of interest and kind of, dare I say, show-offy, it's not a bad thing, of, you know, complex, cool, badass metal guitar riffs, but they sat well, maybe it was in the mix somehow with the rest of the other rhythmic chords that it didn't distract. Kind of, it was there and added some interest whilst also supporting the overall feel and sound of whatever section of the song they were playing. So I thought the balance of that was really nice. And the moments where everything kind of cuts out and you got one lead doing some note bending and with a different kind of guitar effect on that, so it really stood out. And I don't know whether that's going to be annoying the more you hear it, like, oh, here's that bit that stands out, or whether that becomes a sort of anchor point for pivoting between different sections of the song. But on first listen, I thought that was great. It made it really interesting. There was also some lovely bends in there, some great fucking satisfying riffs and syncopation moments where the guitars were doing a rhythm very separate from what the drums were doing. It kind of layered over it really nicely. Fucking great guitars. The vocals, for me, like, I am now increasingly enjoying a metal song where there's no clean vocals at all. I don't hate that anymore. I used to fucking hate that. I'm like, oh, what it could have been if you just also sang some melodies. This one was all screams as far as I can tell, but I do think it could have benefited from a little bit of clean in the kind of chorus, right? So it's sort of that, the Ghost Inside kind of vibe to it. It was good though, it was solid, but I think with a little bit more melody in there, that could have really elevated this song a bit more from my own personal taste. But I thought it was still solid with that. And even saying that, in the chorus, it was kind of harsh, distorted vocals. There was a sort of a tone to it. It wasn't really like melodic, but there's a kind of tone to the expression of it, which I think helped it. But the vocals really sat well in that song and added some punch to it. I thought they were solid. The other elements that were on in there, I don't really remember what was going on in there. I mean, at the very intro, there was a sort of swelling orchestra string thing. It could have just been a keyboard playing sort of string sounds. But I like that. It added a bit of epicness and tension at the beginning, which was very nice. I didn't really notice as much anything throughout the song because I was playing, the guitars were doing so much of the legwork in terms of melody and decorative elements as well. So, not too much to call out in terms of other bits and pieces they were doing there. Oh, there's a little bit of delay on the vocals, or maybe there's just once, like, as an echo that would follow at certain points, or it's just a very long gap delay, which I liked. I thought that added a bit of, interesting production and epicness to it. Overall, that song had a fucking lot of great, tasty grooves, riffs, headbanging, like, moments in it, and some musical interest points. It wasn't just like, let's have some heavy fucking riffs and be as jarring and guttural and devastating as we can. It had a lot of more thought and elevated decisions in there and some musicality, which I think really, really helped it. I thought it was a fucking great overall song. I would give that a rating of, it's between solid and delicious for me. I think that was, it was definitely a solid song. I fucking really liked that. It slapped. And there were moments I thought that really tickled me and kind of, there were a couple of stank faces I'm pretty sure I pulled in that. So I'm gonna go on the side of, if I'm ever, undecided between two rankings, I'll try and go positive. And you know what? I think this deserves it. I think that was quite delicious. For what that was, the kind of style of music that was, the lack of clean vocals, it is what it is. There was enough in the grooves, in the actual songwriting, the songsmithsmanship, if that's even a thing. I thought that was really, really great. I fucking loved the grooves. Again, I'm going to say that word more. Groove. It had lots of groove in it, which I really liked. And it was heavy, it was well put together, it fucking slapped in moments. And I'm going to say that was delicious. I enjoyed that. Thanks, Kier. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like YouTube to send you more videos like this in future, then do boop the subscribe button. If you're interested in some additional content from me and some early video access, I have a Patreon page for as little as £1 a month where you can help support the channel. Either way, thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you in another video.